Good evening, everyone. I'm going to focus on e-commerce, shifting gears a bit from BPO, KPO, and IT services, as we just spoke about. A couple of reasons to focus on e-commerce. One, I don't think it's been given its due share of importance in NASSCOM for a long, long time, probably among the first. And rightfully so, e-commerce has really taken off only now. And secondly, and more importantly, that's the area I know, frankly. I've tried to put together estimates. There are e-commerce estimates drawn up in the country from IAMAI, which is the Internet and Mobile Association of India. There's a firm called Focusrite in the US, which focuses on online travel. Online travel because it's a large part of e-commerce everywhere in the world, and some internal estimates. We believe that this year, the total size of the e-commerce market, which is transactions done online, was about 1.8 billion by the year ending March 2007. This will grow to 3 billion the next year, and the year after that close to 5 billion. These are $5 billion, so about, I guess, 22,000 crores, 23,000 crores. Whichever way one looks at it, this has become a force to reckon with. This has become an industry which is now finally emerged in India as, a serious area of business. The drivers, most of them are not unknown to you, but just for a minute, some interesting facts. The rate of growth of internet users in the country has actually slowed down. And this is worrying. It's still growing, but it's slowed down relative to what it was 2 years ago and even 1 year ago. What should change things is that the rate of growth of broadband, well, there's not really much comparison point in the past, but is growing dramatically. We have somewhere around 2.3 million connections out there. There's fiber laid all over the country. We've been hearing that for a long point of time, but I think we see belief now that we're going to see real broadband connections cross 5 million mark in a year's time. And if what the minister said is correct, then hopefully even faster. Mobiles, which is a very important part of e-commerce or m-commerce, and I'll talk about it well later, is one of the areas where India has really just taken off and outstripped most other markets of the world. Probably excluding China, but the rate of growth of mobile penetration in our country is actually faster than China now. And there's some very interesting applications there as the mobile gets larger and gets the convergence between the big screen and small screen is actually a reality. Credit cards is growing at a healthy clip. More interestingly, we have online banking and we have many other solutions which facilitate e-commerce, which is probably not there in many countries, and that's really helping. It's cash, direct debits, things like that, which are fairly, and I think equally important, probably tongue-in-cheek a bit, but venture capital is really helping spur this industry. Disagree a bit from what Joel said, probably true of BPO industries, but in the e-commerce industry, like in many others, I guess there is a part of investment which goes in and you don't see returns probably for 24 months or so. And that's where I think venture capital plays a great part. So I've got 4 what I call best bets in the business where people could look at, have already looked at. I'm going to talk about them. So first generation e-commerce is really what's happening is that in India, a lot of the first generation companies in the US that did well are being emulated out here. So the online travel model was really replicating or emulating what we are doing at Make My Trip is not very different from what was done in Expedia. The reasons for success or the reasons why this area would do well are pretty obvious to all. I mean, it's a service, first of all, no nightmarish issues of logistics. E-ticketing has made it complete fulfillment online. Plus, you can give just so much more choice online as against what the alternative is, which is pretty much a travel agent who you would call. Online stockbroking is very similar. So E-Trade is a good example I took out there. And then I think some of the companies out here, although it's a hybrid model, but India Bulls, ICICI Direct, Sher Khan, all of them are actually doing online broking, some purely online and some bit and part with online, offline combined. Amazon is what I find a very interesting model, which actually I don't think anyone has really focused on it here. We have horizontals trying to sell books and music and other things online. There are issues, but I think the time is nigh where we will see real e-tailing take off. A couple of big challenges out here. One is around the issues of different sales tax between states. So logistics, if you want distributed points of delivery. However, if like Amazon, you want a centralized point, that can be overcome pretty easily through the courier method or things like Gati, etc. I think it's a model waiting to happen. Yes, there's a lot of money to be spent in brand building, but no one's really done it with single-minded focus. It's really the horizontals who are doing it, or some of the other folks who probably weren't focused enough. Mobile commerce, and I think, not trying to do a sell job, but I really wanted to make the point out here that a couple of things are already selling online. I was very impressed. I was at Airtel yesterday, and they started selling movie tickets from PVR, and all the Indians out here would know the large multiplex chain for the benefit of others in the country. And within a period of 2.5 months, they sold 20 lakhs or 2 million rupees worth of movie tickets over phones. Real e-commerce. People are seeing seat maps today of the entire auditorium. You can pick your seat on the mobile, gets done in less than a minute, very efficient, and you get billed thereafter. So, or the credit card is linked to that. There are various applications being built around travel on the phone, again, because it's the kind of thing you need when you're on the move. As people spend more and more time stuck with their mobiles in traffic and various other places, also I believe there's a whole generation of people who are very comfortable on mobile, SMS, and eventually WAP, but not going to be comfortable on the big screen, not going to be comfortable online. And there's that big generation. I've actually seen that. So it's much easier to teach, in my case, my father to do SMS and even go a step beyond. It's been a nightmare to try to get them to go, and go online and actually